Evening, everybody. Welcome back to our last in the series, number 15, Settling In. So you've gone through everything. You've gone through all of the applications, the online tests, the interviews, the assessment centres, the final interview. You've looked at the contract. You've decided that this is the job for you. What now? Well, you need to do some planning for how to settle into the company once you're there. Talk to people who've got experience. Ideally, talk to some employees. Get onto LinkedIn. See if you can find people. You might be perhaps looking for those who started just a year ago in the previous recruitment round. Go find somebody and see if they're willing to talk to you. Many employees will be, especially at the graduate level. They'd be delighted to be able to pass on some of their knowledge. Some companies you actually get allocated a buddy to get you started through the first few months, let you know where everything is and how things work and that sort of thing. So make the most of that if you do, because what are the sorts of things you need to know about? Well, by this time you will be very, very familiar with the culture and the values of the company as stated on the website. But what about the reality? What's the reality of the culture and the values? How does it manifest itself on the ground? These sorts of things, and understanding how to behave as a result of that, can be really important in those first few days and weeks as you settle in. You also need to know, I think, how teams come together and how leaders are chosen. Are teams purely within a department? The teams are created across departments. How do you get selected for a team? What are the expectations of you becoming a member of a team? Is it something you have to go out and find, or will they come to you? And leadership roles in a team, well, you might not get a leadership role on day one, but you don't want to be still just a team member at the end of your first year. So at what point do you find yourself being able to be a leader? And what do you have to do to prove yourself ready to be and to step up to making it happen? The other thing that's really important is mentoring. You are likely to be given a mentor. If you're not given a mentor, then talk to your new line manager and ask how these things happen. It's best if your mentor is not your manager, because you will be talking to your mentor about things which may be slightly off the wall, may be indicating a slight lack of understanding of the company, maybe somewhat, what shall we say, some of the things you might not want your manager to know, if we summarize it. Things that you're unsure of that perhaps you should know about, these sorts of things. So you need a mentor who's not your manager. Talk to your manager to get one if you're not allocated one. So you can use your mentor to help you with the day-to-day stuff, but much more importantly is your mentor will help you with the longer term things, but only if you know what you want longer term. There's no point in going to a mentor and saying, hey, can you help me? And they say, well, what do you want? I don't know. The mentor can't do a lot in that situation. So work out what it is, perhaps with your mentor, but work out what it is that you want to achieve in the first year, in the first 2-3 years, perhaps in the first 5 years, over your career if necessary, if you know where you want to go. Your mentor can then help. And your mentor should be somebody who can genuinely help to move you forward. Somebody who knows how things work and can put you in touch with the right people, for example. That's a thing that a good mentor can do. It's very powerful. So, your manager. How are you going to deal with your manager? Well, Your manager is also there to help. Your manager is there to guide you through the company processes, but also obviously to assess you. So you need to make sure that your manager knows how you're performing. Now, if your manager is also the person that you work with day by day, then that shouldn't be too difficult. But so often as teams are formed, as projects are created, then your manager only has a fairly distant view of you as an employee. So make sure you keep your manager updated on what you're doing. And if there's any good feedback, then pass it to your manager. If there's comments of any sort, really, discuss them with your manager. You want to be in a position of showing your manager how you actively respond to all sorts of comments, be them positive or negative, in order to grow yourself and develop. So, be ready to talk not just to your mentor, but to your manager about things that you can do to improve, because that is something which demonstrates your ability to think about your performance and identify activities to make it better. Your manager will be very supportive of discussing things which are perhaps not so good in your performance, in order to improve it and therefore deliver more value to the company. So be ready to discuss these things with your manager. Be ready to share the messages, and genuinely then sit down and work out what to do to both improve your performance, and if it's not very good, and also to make it better if it's already good. So those are the sorts of discussions you can have with your manager. But do make sure that all the positive feedback that you get is passed on, so that your manager can incorporate that into performance assessments. Okay, so what's the action from this session? Get a deep understanding of what the culture and the values are from the website, from Glassdoor maybe, but find somebody to talk to who's actually experienced that culture. Maybe somebody who's relatively new in the company who can help guide you from a graduate level, shall we say. Okay, I think that's probably it. I will say thank you so much for sticking with me through 15 sessions. I hope you found them useful, and I hope that you will go back and revisit them as time goes on and you realize that, hey, I'm at that point in the recruitment cycle, what do I need to think about? So you'll find all of my videos on YouTube, and the short URL for that is bit.ly, the bit.ly URL shortener, /career engineer, capital C, capital E, career engineer, all one word, capital C, capital E. All 15 of my webinars are on there, and you can dip in and out as you feel the need. So go find them, go find a job, go find a graduate scheme, whatever it is that you need at this point in time. Go through the process, make use of what I've been talking about, go do a great job, go excel, and really demonstrate what you're capable of. And in all that we've talked about, I can help. So please, if you need any help, guidance, support, come to me, we'll work together, we will make you a better version of you. So you will find me on Facebook, you'll find me on LinkedIn. You can always contact me directly by email or on my website, sunriseconsulting.co.uk. My email is peter-ward@sunriseconsulting.co.uk, or look me up on LinkedIn. So I look forward to seeing you, and I look forward to hearing that you've done really well. Share your stories, and let me know how I've been able to help you. So all the best for the future. Thanks for sticking with me. I really hope to hear from you as you take these things forward. All the best. Bye.